The auto sale is here. Get the Samsung.
So yeah, this is how Spotify just made Drake's lawsuit even worse for him. All right, this is what I wanted to react to originally. Then after that, I have to. We can roll deep. What not in here? South. No, I'm joking. Not. You know what it is? Because that's the first thing that pops in my head. I meant to say, roll deeper the best. What's it? Roll deeper the I forgot it. But I'll react to it later. What's my phone popping up on there? That's my phone right there. Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. No, I'm playing. No, I'm not playing. No, I'm playing. No, I'm not playing.
Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra with the latest AI-powered experiences like Circle to Search with Google.
I might do more videos on.
Now, when it comes to,
I might have to do more videos on or do videos reacting to technology. You know what I mean? Like, if you want that type of content, let me know. Because the way I'm looking at life is, wow, there's so much technology in this world that I'm like, you know, when you have to realize I can't be the only one witnessing this, and I can't be the only one that, you know what I mean? Like, other people got, you know what I mean? And like, because obviously, you know, like with the whole circle thing, I'm not explaining to in another video. I have to explain in another video. But anyway, this video is a listen. If you're a Drake fan, still subscribe. Is what it is. Even though you may think I'm a Drake hater, is what it is. If you're a Kendrick, in fact, if you're a fan of music in general, just hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, or if you're just a fan of reaction videos, just hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and whatever you want me to react to, let me know. But if it's over an hour, I'm gonna be real with you. I can't be on here over an hour reacting to one content. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's just get into this. The Spotify have responded, and I had to do a reaction video to this only because we have to follow the story. You know what I mean? We reacted to the whole beef between Kendrick and Drake, and now we have to react to the whole situation with Drake doing a petition to get information to potentially sue UMG, Spotify, iHeartRadio. You know what I mean? So here we are, man. Let's go.
Drake. Right around this time was supposed to be when the music industry would be responding to the first lawsuit he filed, claiming that Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us record only became the phenomenon it did because of fake streams and industry manipulation. And now, as Drake was waiting for this moment that he thought was going to make him look like this hero of the music industry to his fans that are just as delusional as him, in actuality, while we don't know the
he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that. His fans are just as delusional as him. Nah, that's rude. That's rude. Why are the fans catching a string? Nah. I'm trying to be, not biased. I'm trying to be neutral. I'm trying to be neutral here, innit? But obviously, I'm not gonna say I've never not liked Drake, but to me, I always thought he was a culture vulture anyway. I've always said he's an actor playing a rapper. Like, he's an actor named Aubrey Graham, and he is playing a rapper named Drake. I've said it before. Like, I've not even, like, I remember this was a couple years ago. I don't know what channel it was on. It was definitely YouTube. I left a comment, and I got so much hate for it. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need to switch my mindset. Maybe I'm thinking wrong at first. I'm thinking, maybe I'm thinking wrong. Let me try and study and find out why he's successful. Because sometimes you could feel there's something about someone you don't like to the music, but then at the same time you figure out, okay, let me find out why I don't like that art. Then you got to discover why they were successful. Because I think it's better to have that mindset rather than have that feeling out there. Get me? But now I was right. I was right. All right, I was right. Let's go.
The full extent of where this lawsuit is going yet, things have already gotten way worse for him, as right now, witnessed one of the next steps in this moment, as one of the alleged parties who was responsible for helping ruin Drake's image with this record has officially responded to him, and the claims he has filed against them with none other than Spotify. And now, with the streaming giant and what they have had to say about their involvement in the most shocking moment to come from Kendrick Lamar and Drake's entire rap beef, has had them come out and not just deny the claims from Drake, but they are disgusted by the very action of what he has done. And while we don't know where this
they're disgusted. They're disgusted, you know. That word alone, nah. It's too lethal.
actual suit is going to go yet in full, it's clear that Drake just made enemies with the most powerful outlet to the people in all of the music industry. Now, before we go any further into this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, it helps me out a ton. And so now with what Spotify has said to Drake, in their response, they go on to explain that Drake has no actual evidence to back up what he is saying, which is why first off he filed this thing the way he did, and instead of entertaining these claims or being investigated for maybe doing these things or just revealing what the labels have put in place within their own algorithms. Since the case and the evidence Drake presented in the petition was so weak, they went on to say in their statement that the petition asserts no specific facts of any kind in support of these alleged RICO and deceptive practice violations, and instead relies exclusively on speculation or claims of anonymous individuals on the internet. And now with Spotify officially...
Now, when you put, like, it's true, like, it is, because if you think about it, yeah, why didn't Drake or Aubrey Graham, in a sense, why did he not just say, like, before the whole beef, the beef has always been there, but it's gone to the forefront this year, innit? But like, before it actually happened, right? Before that happened, why did he not do anything or say anything then? Yeah, hindsight is 2020, but it's only one specific song he's talking about. He's not talking about Euphoria. He's not talking about Meet the Grahams. And 616 in LA, you know what I mean? 616 in LA ain't even on streaming platforms. And I get it. Like, someone tried to say, what's on the internet, I don't know who it was, but they tried to use the aspect of, when you say to, whether, I don't know, if it's on Apple or whatever, or when you type in certain words or whatever, for example, certified lover boy or whatever, what comes up is not like us. Of course that's going to come up because that word or that phrase or whatever is also in that song, and you're going to see other songs that have, do you know what I mean? Like, that's just natural. And obviously it seems to be like, they're pushing that song so people will like it. I understand that concept and I understand that mindset because, you know, I remember when I was a child, and I do remember mainstream radio, they will push and play certain songs. And yes, there's certain songs that you're going to be familiar with that you may not necessarily like it, but you actually will sing along to it if it's a very catchy song. Those are facts. But there are some songs out there where no matter how many times they play you on radio, you're not always going to like that song. You can't force it on anyone. You can't be forced to like something. You either like it or you don't, or you may grow to like it. That music is a thing where it's so techy because it's like you can't tell someone that you like that song or you don't like it. It's a feeling, isn't it? That's what I can say. And the way it, like, overnight because you got to remember the time it dropped. It dropped when it dropped moments after Meet the Grahams. No, Meet the Grahams. Well, Family Matters. It dropped straight after Family Matters. That's when Not Like Us dropped. Like, you have to think about the timeline. All Drake needed to do was just drop another banger, like within moments of release, when Not Like Us was released. That's all he had to do. But instead, he dropped The Heart Part 6, I think like 2 or 3 days later. And he's waving the white flag. And it was weak as well. Let's go.
Coming out and saying this, and with the demeanor and language they used in this suit as well, which clearly made them sound so frustrated that out of all people, Drake is the guy who is trying to point a finger at them. When it comes to this entire situation, they are the first official power that has been pulled into this thing that is straight up dismantling Drake's claims, all due to how bad the information he is trying to leverage against them are. Because really, when you break down the suit and claims Drake made, from viral videos from influencers to random clips from DJ academic streams, the evidence that someone who has more power and proximity to the music industry was able to compile for this type of case was just laughably bad. And really, just like his actual beef with Kendrick Lamar, Drake's inability to bring real facts and proof of anything to the table that could have changed people's perspectives.
The irony, in the Heartbeat 6, he goes, I'm all about the facts. I'm all about the facts. Yeah, hey, yo. Anyway, let's keep moving.
And made them open their eyes. It's not just costing Drake and really every single artist as a whole the power they may be able to hold in the future. Because what I don't think Drake realizes here is that there are real artists and teams that don't just lose out on so much because there are tricks being played on these streaming services, but that under the right circumstances, I'm sure that somebody could have eventually proved just how corrupt the music industry is. But now with Drake coming after Not Like Us because he's mad it went viral naturally and then ruined his image in a way he can never change with one of the flimsiest.
Even in Not Like Us, what does Kendrick say? Doesn't he mention F the industry in a way? Wait, let me get my phone. I know he does. I know he does. I actually know he actually does. He actually does. He does. I'm telling you, he does. He goes, there's a part where he says, I know he mentions about. Yeah. He says, the industry can hate me. F them all and their mama. And even in Euphoria, he mentioned about something about F the industry. So when you think about it, it's even super laughable that anyway, let's go.
And most pathetically drawn up suits we have ever seen in the history of not just the music, but entertainment business as a whole. All in all, Drake hasn't just made a struggle that real artists actually face seem like a joke. By the way, he is now only joining in on it for his own personal gain, but he is doing this at the expense of every other musician right now and in the future, because with one of the biggest stars in the entire industry trying to tear down the names of the biggest label and biggest streaming company on the planet, he hasn't just ruined their relationship right now. But what's going to end up happening is the entire dynamic of how these major platforms are even going to treat and communicate with their stars going forward is going to change drastically, which of course is only going to do more harm for the artist and their agency than good. And for Drake right now, we are really about to see just how rapid and eye-opening this downfall really gets. Because beyond losing a rap beef that went down over the course of a few months to Kendrick Lamar, and then Lamar moved on to new ventures, I mean, Spotify makes it clear here, these powers are gonna make everything a living nightmare for Drake going forward, because at the end of the day, and this is why Drake is so delusional and out of touch, these platforms and companies are the ones who have pushed Drake and helped him lock in his spot as the #1 streaming rapper for so many years in a row. And in this time where the rap game...
Those are facts. Didn't Spotify have to pay out, like in, what year was it? Was it 2000? When was the Scorpion album released? Anyway.
Game has already turned against Drake, and all he did have left was the legacy and power that he held within these algorithms. Now Drake turning on them is setting a precedent where both the people, the field he is in, and the business that controls it are now all against him. And while Drake fans continue to make it seem like there is this bigger plot that was made against him, and that's why they are trying to end his legendary run, when you actually see this situation for what it is, you can so clearly realize that Drake has just been the worst type of person, employee, or client you can be to all of these parties and powers, and this is why they are all turning their back on him.
Exactly.
And for Spotify specifically,
this is why I insist on you. Like, what did I say in the previous video that I was reacting to? I mentioned something about how you need, I can't remember what I said verbatim, but I said something along the lines that in life, if you're trying to be #1, or you aim to be #1, or you are #1 at something, still be humble enough. Do you know what I mean? Being humble doesn't mean just being like quiet or whatever. Yes, celebrate wins, but when you can, but like you got to think about it from a level where you don't disrespect other people around you. Especially, you know, there's a saying: "Don't bite the hand that feeds you." Even in the 48 Laws of Power, the 50th Law of Power, whichever book you want to buy or read, right? I read both. But like, there is, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Don't outshine the boss. That's as simple as it gets. Drake thinks he's the boss when he's not the boss. He thinks he's so untouchable, like, and he's not the only one in the industry that doesn't think. He's not the only one in the music or the entertainment industry thinking that they're invincible. He's not the only one. There's other people who think they're invincible. But the reality of life is, whether you're in the music entertainment industry or not, the reality of life is God will always remind you, get me? God will always try and find a way to make you stay on the path of following God. That's all. I'm gonna keep it as simple as that. I'm not God. I'm God's child, innit? You know what I mean? So anytime I can preach anything about God, I will. Yeah. But the reality is, sometimes that's how life is. You do something. In fact, go watch Jamie Foxx's special. Yeah, his Netflix special. What had happened was that's a super great example. A super great example of what I'm talking about. Do you see what I'm trying to say? But let's get back into this video because, get me? Let's go. But it's interesting how this has transpired. I can't even lie to you. I would have never thought in a million years it would transpire to this situation right here. Like, anyway.
Now, as they are the ones who just showed how little respect they have for one of the most statistically dominant artists on the history of their platform.
You'll see the exact strategies they use, like the 180 phase changer or the T-wave strategy, and you'll learn how to apply them for yourself. And learn straight
for what he has just tried to do against them. And considering that even if things got bad between Drake and UMG, even if Drake is to get banished from that label as a whole, which again is something that has happened to other superstars in the music industry, as this happened to Ye not too long ago, Spotify is still the biggest mediator between the artist and the people, and just like someone in Ye's
with Kanye West, here's the thing with Kanye West. I'll just say this. What he did was very smart, because he's more independent, and then he's got a number one while being independent. He still makes good music, like, no pun intended, while being independent. Some may argue and be like, no, he doesn't make great music anymore, but he does. Vultures 1 and Vultures 2, great albums. I will say, like, even Donda, the Donda album is a great album as well. But what album went number? I think it was Vultures that was the album that went number one. You know what I mean? And as an independent artist, that is a massive feat to do when you're independent. Yeah, you can say, well, he should be number one because, you know what I'm saying, but because of his history but it's not an easy thing to do, especially in this era, and especially the way Kanye West likes to rant. But that's the thing, he doesn't just like to rant. He talks about something, but you got to listen to. It's like you've got like a grain of salt. That pinch just a grain of salt. Some things he's talking about is the truth, and then the other things is just, I'll just say, it's pure entertainment if you like that drama in it. But other than that, anyway, let's keep it moving.
He saw this year when he dropped Vultures 1. No matter how bad the system takes you down, and even without whatever promotion is going on behind the scenes, your star power and sheer spectacle of new music will drive people to listen to you more than any algorithm ever can. But now,
facts. That's exactly what I just talked. That's what I said, more or less in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said, more or less in a nutshell. I didn't think he was saying. I didn't know he was going on that route, but that's interesting, because it's true. Your star power will show you people. Like, if you are who you say you are, if you are who you say you are, then have no fear. Aye, the camera's on and the lights are on, and they wanna know. I shout to Lupe Fiasco. Aye. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
Now, with Drake being so bitter and emotional that he is now making bad.
Listen. I'll stop.
Relations with Spotify and putting their entire brand on the line definitely was not a good idea on his end. Because at the end of the day, they are the ones who have power to control what people are hearing if they want to, and if the guy who, again, we have seen over the years just how far they have went to support and push him, is now trying to ruin their reputation all over something that so clearly became a hit the way it did because people just genuinely loved it and not like us. Honestly, I would really be worried for the future of Drake's career because after this entire situation plays out, which both for Spotify and UMG is seeming like it is going to end more in their favor every day because Drake just has a horrible case against them, by the end of this all, he could really no longer have a platform to project himself on or a place to release new music. And for a mogul who breaks...
Let's be real. He may still have a platform to express himself on. That's called Instagram because he's always trolling. Other than that, in terms of music, who knows, innit? I think maybe he doesn't even want to do music no more. The way that he's going on, it seems like he doesn't even want to do music no more. It seems like he's at a point where, you know what? Maybe it's time to just get back into the TV world. I mean, he's still one of the executive producers for that show Euphoria. Hey, when I say Kendrick Lamar is a genius, anyway, but like, so and he was one of the executive producers for Top Boy on Netflix, yeah, that Netflix version. That's the only thing I'll give him credit for, like bringing back Top Boy. Get me? For helping bring back Top Boy, but how and why he was the executive producer, I don't know. What he did in regards to that, I don't know. But other than that, look, the reality is maybe he just wants to get back into acting. I mean, he was already acting as a rapper, and so maybe you want to get back into acting. Because hey, I mean, if Woody Allen could still do his directing, anyway. Did I go too far? I went too far.
Breaks down barriers in the industry, this would not be the worst thing. For a wave rider like Drake, who has relied on the system and loopholes to try and succeed at the level he has over and over again every single year at this point, this is the worst thing that could have happened to him because he is no longer going to have the game and system to make a 25-song album on to boost his streaming numbers, and if his career has a chance to even move past this, he's going to be forced to deliver not just real art, but also now find a real way for people to consume it. And at the end of this entire situation, with now Spotify coming out here and bashing...
He's genuinely got like a fan base. He's got a fan base. So we can never discredit that, regardless of his character. He has a fan base. And he's got a fan base so much to the point where for some reason there is a weird contest. And trust me when I say it's weird, because apparently a woman won it. I don't know the real truth, because I was reading the comments. I'll be real with you. But I've seen some clips where it's like the Drake era contest, like the best version of Drake, and apparently the person, like that. Even when you try to explain it, it just doesn't sound right. It sounds really weird. But like, okay, whatever, innit? Like there are people that like to impersonate other people, so it is what it is. But like, I don't know. Like when you think about it, it's like, those people there they clearly still support Drake. So, you know, it's not like they won't listen to his music or buy his music or whatever the case is. He just needs to, I don't know. I can't tell him what to do in it because I don't know him personally, but I did know him personally. And all of this information about him came out. That we are no longer friends. The moment I'm like, and even if I'm aware that, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like, because anyway, you know how I go. So if I like Buck has got a weird case, why is he still around? You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Drake the way they are publicly, this is really the future we are headed to. And if I was Drake, I would be worried because despite how much he tries to avoid the reality of his entire career and the consequences he has now put on himself in this time, he really is at a point where in the next couple of months, based on how everything goes, he could lose everything because beyond losing the will of the people and his respect as an MC, he is now messing with companies and entities that control the game all of these artists play. And this is just something so much bigger than Drake of all people could ever handle because despite his status and everything he's done, he has not done one thing to present himself as a person both calculated and even built up enough in the industry to pull off what he is doing.
What's that bar from Kendrick? You're not calculated. Listen, I can even smell. Listen. We have to. Where is it? Where is it? Let me get to the actual lyrics. I've got it here, but give me a second. Them superpowers getting neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and he's now spiraling. Hey, you're moving just like a degenerate. Every antic is feeling distasteful. I calculate, you're not as calculated. I can even predict your angle. Fabricating stories on the family front because you heard Mr. Morale, a pathetic master manipulator. I can smell the tells in you now. You're not a rap artist, you're a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. Tommy Philgood. Hey, listen, let me stop. Hey, listen.
And really, with the way Drake has moved in his career since Scorpion as a whole, from collab albums, strange projects like Care Package, Dark Lane demo tapes, and Honestly Nevermind, and even on the mainline albums like CLB and For All the Dogs, which just lack real Drake hits.
Did you know that you could passively, relatively quickly, build a property portfolio with the amount of money that you've got saved up in the bank?
With how bad most of these albums have been, and yet how many #1 songs or hits they have ended up producing that stayed around way longer than they should have. With both Spotify and especially UMG with the way the situation is going. Seems like beyond them denying Drake's claims and in Spotify's case, just making fun of how terrible everything Drake is trying to say in this lawsuit against him is. I think all of this is going to end with Drake getting exposed for trying to go up against the people who have boosted him onto the pedestal he has been at with a LeBron-sized deal and with more support than...
No. He's right. He's gonna get exposed, but I don't know. There's something coming in 2025. I don't know what it is. I'm not the oracle. I'm not God. Listen, for some reason, like even at the back end of last year, and I said this is the year of the real, and then Cat Williams wants to now say it's the year of the real, and he wants to all lies to get exposed. Get me? But like, what was I gonna say? Like, I'm not the guy, I'm not the person, you know how some people are, oh, Jay-Z's next. And then as soon as they see Jay-Z's name in the headline, to be like, oh, I told you. No. I'm not that guy in it. I'm not that type to be like, oh, I told you Drake is next. No, I'm not saying Drake is next. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying in 2025, there's something that's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just talking about not necessarily for Drake. In fact, yeah, let me just say for Drake. But now I sound like I'm saying Drake is next. But I think it's more the case of maybe I don't know. You know when it's because I'm seeing a certain pattern. When you do someone wrong and you think you're invincible, and then you try to go against so many other people, and you feel like, oh, it's 50 versus 1. Nah. You're going against all these people in the first place. So now it's like, okay, well, let's see what you really got going on. If you're pointing fingers, like, remember, 1, 2, 3, you got 3 pointing back at you. So if Drake will carry on this route, that's eventually going to happen. It's going to happen anyway. But the reality is, I'm just going to say this now. I don't know what is going to go on in 2025. I don't know if it's going to be Drake. I don't know what other artists. But I just feel the music industry is going to shift in a way where people are going to look at certain people. Maybe they already are looking at certain people thinking, of course, whatever, they expected that. But I don't know, man. I don't even want to talk about this. Let's go.
Than any other rapper has received. And I think what's going to happen is that we are going to end up finding out that all of the recent Drake albums have been getting manipulated on these platforms in hope that then a real organic hit would emerge in the long run. But between that...
No, I don't think, here's the thing, I don't think that will happen. This is very reminiscent of the whole... Now, I'm not saying this is the reason why Sean Combs is in jail or locked up, because he's done some foul-ish behind the scenes, yeah? He's done some criminal acts behind the scenes. And so has Drake, yeah? Like, we will find out. he's linked to XXX Tenacion's untimely demise. You know what I'm saying? We will find out a lot of stuff. And I find it so kind of ironic because I was going to say with the whole Diddy situation, it's like, yeah, you could say the timing of it, if it wasn't for that C-Rock deal where Diddy, like, he used the because I'm black, let's use that. That's what some people want to say. That's what triggered whatever. Could be right, could be wrong. I don't know. But the reality is this: even if you can't act like you're invincible, because eventually you're gonna get exposed for who you really are and what you really do, and then real justice will be served. And I think it's the same case for Drake. Real justice will be served because you can't do so many foul-ish to other people. Okay, yeah, you could say, what has he been doing? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I really don't know. But let's put it this way: if on Euphoria, Kendrick has been saying that at that beginning part, right? That beginning part. If he said that, and then in Not Like Us, you know what I mean? And he mentioned about the embassy is about to get raided. And even when he dropped watch the party, you know what I mean, on the live or whatever, like, guess what happened? The situation, like, I think it was a couple of days after, Sean Combs got arrested. Who's known for parties? Anyway, let's go.
That never actually happening, as these new Drake records just don't have the longevity like his older ones did, and because of the fact that with the deal Drake has had with UMG that he seemingly wants to become even bigger right now, and this has been one of the factors leading to this arrogance he has been showing throughout this entire situation and moment in time. Overall, he has given them no other choice but just to pull the curtain on him and reveal the truth, which will then expose to the world what is really running the Drake brand at this point, and once and for all show to everyone that he is not worth whatever he wants because he is just not the guy he was in the 2010s. And in this era, he's only been at the level he is at.
You know what? Shout out to Taser Black, yeah? Get me? Hey, Free Church of Tequila podcast. If you know, you know. Get me? It's also part of I forgot what the R&B thing's called now. But anyway, either way, like he made a Twitter post, or I can't remember what it was, but and then I said something like, you know what, Drake is not worth, because I think he said it's to do with Drake's deal or whatever, like he tried to renegotiate or whatever. I'm like, that may be true, but he's not worth what he is now. You know what I mean? Like his value has gone down. That's business. Like there's gonna be times in business where your value, especially as a person, you are a brand, right? In these circumstances, your value has gone down, so you're not going to be worth what you think you are. Like there are some cases where your value is up, but then they try to lowball you. That's another story, but that's not the case in this situation. I don't even think it's the case at all. I just think Drake had lost. Not even think. I know Drake lost the battle. He lost the war, and now he feels like, oh, wait, I've actually lost. Let me try and find a way to salvage this moment and get a W. That's what it's about. And he's feeling like this W he can get from trying to go to court and win it in the court of law. But that's not hip hop. That's not hip hop. In fact, that's not even the American way. Even though in America you like to sue a lot. However, that's not the American way, is it? You know what I mean? Like, plus it's Canadian anyway. But like, so I feel like he's just in a what do they call it again? First a denial. What is it called? There's something, I forgot what it's called, but let me play this book. Keep playing now. Let you know what
is at, because the industry is forcing him to be there. And while we don't know if this is going to happen, with some of this already being true in terms of the support and resources Drake has gotten from all these brands, and yet is still coming after them, and in the case of Spotify, is now ruining his ties with the most powerful streamer and funnel to the people in this day and age.
Okay, yeah, Stages of Grief. The second stage of hold on. All the stages of grief. First is denial. Then there's anger. Then there's bargaining. Yeah. Then there's depression. See, this is where he's at right now. He is bargaining right now. Yeah, because a stage where people may negotiate with themselves or their spiritual side to try and understand what's happened. People may think they're willing to sacrifice anything to restore their life to how it was before. Because think about it. Let's really put this into full perspective. He feels he was the top guy. Because actually, let's be real, he was at one point, right? But this battle made him feel he became a guy where he's just mediocrity. So he's no longer the top guy. So he thinks that, you know what I mean? Like, by suing UMG and Spotify and iHeartRadio, he thinks he can manipulate the situation to make him feel like he is that guy. Like he's the number one guy. Because he wants to seem like the hero. Not realizing he's doing himself more harm than good. He's not doing anyone any favors by doing this. He's just not. But anyway, let's keep it moving.
Yeah, Drake is just playing a terrible game, and as more comes out about this suit and more info is revealed, I am sure that no matter which direction it goes in, it is going to conclude with us witnessing the downfall of a star like we have never seen before. And so now with all this said, let me know. What do you think about this entire situation with Drake and this lawsuit and how Spotify responded? And where do you think this is all going to go next? Now, I can't wait to hear what you have to say. And if you made it to this point in the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And now, if you want to see how while everybody else is against Drake right now, none other than 50 Cent is on his side as he has been bashing Kendrick Lamar publicly, and it may end up resulting in Kendrick dissing 50 in the near future. Check out the suggested video.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Really, it's so tricky with this one. I don't know. It's true. I don't think. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna read it in the comments as well. Yeah, but I feel like what Drake is doing is going through grief. Yeah, these are the stage of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, which I said he's at the bargaining stage. Then comes depression, then acceptance, then sadness, then guilt. Grief symptoms usually resolve after 1 to 2 years. People who are grieving can be helped by friends and family who offer a listening ear or provide services like running errands. I mean, we're academics. You might have to be part of that support group still. Now, okay, listen, all jokes aside, it's actually quite sad that we're witnessing this. We're witnessing this in real time. Like in real time. You know them ones where you look at back in history and be like, I wish I was there for this era and blah, blah, blah. But we're witnessing this in real time. Can you imagine, yeah? Like, what would have happened if this was the era where Tupac... Remember when Tupac was going against literally everybody? He's like, Mobb Deep, you'll get it too. Every East Coast person, every East Coast MC, every East Coast MC that was at him, he'd be like, you know what, you get it too. Even the Fugees, oh la la la, like the Fugees. Anyway, he would have thought. Anyway, let's keep moving. Hey, wait, Godfrey and Steve Harvey, yeah. Hey, let's go. Let's see. So let's see what people comment. Time to stream JNX as much as we can and celebrate. Listen, I'll just say this: if you like Kendrick Lamar and you like the JNX album, just stream it for genuine purposes. Don't do it just for the sake of it. Yeah, if you like not like us, stream it for the genuine purpose. It's as simple as that. Don't just do it for spite, innit? Like, don't do that. I think that's a bit silly and insincere. Just do it because you genuinely like it. We all thought Kendrick was putting the hour in the cake. It's not like a video, it's just a clever gimmick. Drake can't move forward no matter what he does. And this is what I'm trying to say. That part there is symbolic. I don't know what it is, but Kendrick Lamar always seems to be like 9 steps ahead. 9 steps ahead. So this is what I'm trying to say. Maybe, I don't know. I could be completely wrong in it. Let's see what else I'm saying. Drake's loss is worse than Ja Rule's. That's facts. Because at least Ja Rule, like, he's taken the L. Like, okay, let's be real. Ja Rule, he actually did a great diss song. Yeah? And I'm not even going to lie to you, yeah? We gonna clap back. We gonna clap back. We gonna clap back. That was a banger. If you say that it's not, you are lying to yourself. The only reason why Ja Rule's career didn't get back to where it was is because of 2 things. 1, karma, and 2, because at the end of the day, he was teamed up with Irv Gotti, who had a label that, for if you look at the whole story, I'm telling you, there's a reason why certain things transpired. But the funny thing is, even with the Fire Festival thing, it's just, mistakes. Anyway. Let me not say too much, because I want to know what Ja Rule thinks at a time like this. Anyway, at least Ja took the L like a champ. I'm gonna say like a trump, but like a champ. Drake's dragging this, making himself look worse, and all Kendrick is doing is victory lap after victory lap. We still have the Grammys and Super Bowl, and shortly after that, the 1-year anniversary of Like That, and everyone's social media and Drake reminders going to recycle all over again. Effing diabolical. You know what I'm saying? Drake, sorry, Aubrey Graham is going through the stages of grief. Currently bargaining. So, what is next? What is next? Spotify's response was epic. You know what I mean? Their response was epic. I've never seen anything like this. I have never seen anything like this. But anyway, I haven't reacted to some DJ